Hello, Pom. Hello, Florrie. You look very busy.
Oh, we're making a fish for Fimbo to catch. Fimbo was fishing and caught a shoe. Then I caught the other shoe. So we've drawn around a shoe to make a fishy shape.
Oh, I see. So you've made him a shoefish.
Shoefish.
Shoes. Oh, yes. This reminds me of a story.
Story, Roly?
Back in a Roly Mo. Books over here, books over there. Books, books, everywhere. When you take a look inside a book, it's fun as fun can be. Oh, now what have we here? When you take a look inside a book, who knows what you might see? A story or rhyme, just take the time to read along with me.
Come on, everyone. It's story time. Story. It's the story time of day. Time to take a break from play. So settle down in your special chair. We'll sit here and you sit there. Story.
Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. This story is called The Elves and the Shoemaker. Once upon a time, there lived a shoemaker who was very poor. One night, he said to his wife, "Here is the leather for one last pair of shoes. Tomorrow I will make them, and then we must shut up the shop." They went to bed very sadly. But next morning, there was a beautiful pair of shoes. "Look at those tiny stitches," said the shoemaker. "Who could have made them?" "I don't know," said his wife. "But put the shoes in the window quick. Someone is sure to want to buy them." And they did. They paid so much money for them, the shoemaker bought enough leather for 2 more pairs of shoes. That night he cut out the pieces, and next morning there were 2 beautiful pairs of shoes. Soon he had sold so many shoes they became very rich. But who was making them? One night they hid in the shop to find out, and at midnight in came 2 little elves. They hopped up onto the bench and sang and stitched until they had made 2 pairs of shoes. Then they danced out. "Well," said the shoemaker, 2 little elves. "And what's more," said his wife, "those little elves didn't have any clothes. I'm going to make them some, and you must make them some shoes." So the next night they laid out some tiny clothes and 2 tiny, tiny pairs of shoes. Oh, how surprised the elves were! They put on the clothes and danced all round the shop. Then they danced out of the door and were never seen again. But the shoemaker and his wife never forgot how the kind elves had helped them.
Oh, that was a lovely story, Roly. We've been busy with our shoes, just like the elves in the story.
Yes, making your lovely shoefish.
Shoefish!
Hello, Pom. Hello, Florrie. What have you got there?
Pom wish!
Aha! That's a magic wand, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. And Fimble and I have had our wishes already. Now it's Pom's turn. A Pom wish.
And what are you going to wish for, Pom?
Pom wish.
Well, would you like a story while you're thinking, Pom?
Story.
And I believe I've got just the story to help you think. I'll be back in a Roly Mo. Books over here, books over there. Books, books, everywhere. When you take a look inside a book, who knows what you will see? When you take a look inside inside a book. It's fun as fun can be. With cats and dogs and birds and frogs. A monkey who says boo, boo. Wonderful things, giants and kings, and maybe a fimble or two. Oh, now what have we here? When you take things, look inside a book, who knows what you might see? A story or rhyme, just take the time to read along with me.
Dolly!
Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. This story is called The Stone Cutter. Once upon a time, there was a stone cutter. Every day he went into the mountains and cut big pieces of stone. Then he cut the big pieces into smaller pieces for people to build houses with. One day the stone cutter saw a rich man riding through the mountains. "I wish I were a rich man," he said. And as soon as he spoke, he was a rich man. He rode along feeling very pleased. Then he saw a king with a beautiful crown. "I wish I were a king," he said. "A king is much more important than a rich man." As soon as he spoke, he was a king. He enjoyed being a king. But then a great gust of wind blew his crown away. Whoosh! "I wish I were the wind," he said. "The wind is much more important than a king." And as soon as he spoke, he was the wind. He blew across the land until he came to a mountain. And he couldn't blow through that. "I wish I were a mountain," he said. "A mountain is much more important than the wind." And as soon as he spoke, he was a mountain. "I must be the biggest mountain in the world," he said. And then he heard the sound of someone cutting pieces of stone. "Oh, I enjoyed doing that," he said. "I wish I were a stone cutter again. A stone cutter is much, much more important than a mountain." And as soon as he spoke, he was a stone cutter again. And he never wished for anything else as long as he lived. So, has that helped you think of a wish, Pom? You know, I used to do a few magic tricks when I was a youngster. I could make things go away. I could make things disappear. Watch. Abracazimble. Oh, disappeared.
Look at that, Pom. Disappear!
Well, I'm going to disappear now, so see you later.
Disappear! Roly, disappear! Bye-bye, Roly.
Oh, Pom.
Pom wish. One disappear. Abracazimble bimbo. Abracazimble bimbo. Disappear. One disappear.
Here we go.
Oh, Roly, I'm trying to make up a rhyme about being on holiday, but I'm stuck.
Aha! A rhyme! Oh, splendid. What have you got so far?
Being on holiday is lots of fun, going for a walk or sitting in the sun.
Oh, well, that's marvellous. Let's see. How about you have a lovely time and then...
What sounds like then, Roly?
Then, again.
Yeah!
You have a lovely time and then it's time to go back home again. Oh, yes, wonderful. Shall we do the whole thing together?
Oh, yes. Being on holiday is lots of fun.
Going for a walk or sitting in the sun. You have a lovely time and then it's time to go back home again.
Oh,
Would you like your story now?
yes, please, Roly.
Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. This story is called Octopuses Outing. Octopus lived at the bottom of the sea. Although his cave was dark and rather cold, Octopus loved it and never left home. Whenever Octopus's friend, Tiny Starfish, came to visit, he brought Octopus a present. Once it was a coloured shell from the coral reef. Another time it was a smooth pebble from a beach. And he always sent Octopus a postcard from his outings. But whenever Tiny Starfish asked the Octopus if he would like to come on an outing as well, Octopus said, "No, thank you. I'd like it here." One night the sea was very rough. Strong waves washed through Octopus's cave. And when he woke up, all his postcards and presents were gone. He peered out, but couldn't see any of his things. He tiptoed outside. Oh, there was his coloured shell. And look, over there, one of his postcards. Soon he was further from his cave than he had ever been before. Suddenly, a bright yellow fish swam past. Octopus had never seen anything like it, so he followed it. He turned a corner and found himself in a magical place. It was the beautiful coral reef. "If that storm hadn't washed out all my things," said Octopus, "I would never have seen this." Next day, Tiny Starfish was very surprised. He had a postcard from Octopus. It said, "Dear Tiny Starfish, I've been on a lovely outing. Can we go on an outing together very soon? Love, Octopus." And straight away, Tiny Starfish began planning a special outing for them both.
Tiny Starfish sent lots of postcards to Octopus.
That's right.
Then Octopus sent one back when he went on holiday.
Yes.
Maybe Bessie would like a postcard from me. I could make her one and draw a picture on the front.
Oh, what a good idea. Now then, what picture could you do on your postcard?
I could do a picture of the seaside.
Oh, lovely. How about a sand picture?
A sand picture?
I'll go and get some sand if you like.
Oh, all right. Shall I get some pencils out?
Oh, no. You won't need pencils. You'll just need to find some glue.
Glue? Oh, I thought I was drawing a picture.
Oh, what a wonderful picture of Pom's trundle truck. And do you know, I think it reminds me of a story. Would you like me to fetch it, Rocket?
Oh, yes, please, Roly Mo.
Righto. You go and get the others, and I'll be back in a Roly Mo. Books over here, books over there. Books everywhere. When you take a look inside a book, it's fun as fun can be. Oh, now what have we here? When you take a look inside a book, who knows what you might see? A story or rhyme, just take the time to read along with me.
Dolly.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Good. Then I'll begin. This story is called A Picture Story. Marinda's granny had promised to give her some roller skates for her birthday. But when the post arrived, there was only a large envelope. "Granny sent you a letter," said Mum. "Oh, but I can't read yet," said Marinda. "Well, open it and have a look," said Mum. When Marinda opened the letter, instead of words, she saw 3 pictures. "Oh, what does it say?" asked Mum. "I don't know," said Marinda. "There's some stairs and a bed and a red box." She had an idea. "Does it say where the present is?" Marinda went up and down the stairs 3 times. She even looked in the basket of clean washing that was waiting to go upstairs, but there was no present. What is the next picture? Said her mum. Oh, it was a bed, said Mirinda. So she looked in her bedroom. Nothing. Then she looked on Mum's bed, and there was the big red box. Granny must have left it there last time she came. Mirinda opened the box. Inside was a brand new pair of roller skates. There were lots of bangs and crashes while Mirinda learned to skate. At first, she had to hold onto the sofa. Then, a little while later, she could do it by herself. That night, Mirinda said, I've written a letter to Granny. She showed her mum 3 pictures. Do you think she'll know what it means? Oh, I think so, said Mum. It means that you can skate. Granny will be pleased. And that picture, said Mirinda, means thank you.
We've been sending picture letters.
Yes, letters with pictures instead of words. Hello, Pom.
Hello, Rolly.
Are you having fun there?
Rolly on the swing?
No, thank you, Pom. I haven't got my bouncy hat on today, you know.
Rolly Dory?
Oh, yes, Pom. I certainly think I can manage a story. Shall I go and find one?
Yes, please.
Righto. You just sit tight there and I'll be back in a roly mo. Books over here, books over there, books, books everywhere. When you take a look inside a book, it's fun as fun can be. Oh, now what have we here? When you take a look inside a book, who knows what you might see? A story or rhyme, just take the time to read along with me. Well, here we are, Pom. It's the story time of day. Time to take a break from play. So settle down in your special chair. We'll sit here and you sit there. Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. This story is called Molly's Card. One morning, the postman brought something for Molly. What is it? Asked Dad. Oh, it's an invitation from Mirinda, said Dad. She's having a Diwali party tomorrow, and we're all invited. Molly jumped up and down with excitement. She had never been to a Diwali party before. Mum and Molly went to the shops to buy Mirinda a special Diwali card. But when they got there, they couldn't find one. There were birthday cards, and get-well cards, and even good luck cards, but no Diwali cards. Never mind, said Mum. We can make one instead, and we can make it extra special. So that's what they did. All afternoon, Molly drew, and coloured, and cut out, and stuck, until finally the card was finished. Mum even found a shiny silver envelope to put it in. The next day, Molly held Mirinda's card very tightly as they knocked at the door. Look at those, said Molly, pointing at the lights twinkling in the windows. Mirinda's dad had painted a beautiful pattern on the doorstep to welcome the guests. And inside, Mirinda's mum had decorated the living room with flowers. Mirinda opened Molly's card and put it with the others on the table. I think all the cards are pretty, said Mirinda, but Molly's is the best of all. Well, what did you think of that, Pom?
Oh, Pom like card. Oh, Pom want card. Oh, Pom have card, please, Roly.
Oh, I see. You'd like to have a card, would you, Pom? Well, we'll just have to do something about that, won't we? You just leave it to old Roly Mo.
Oh, Pom card.